Okay, good afternoon everyone, and welcome to high school football, brought to you over Channel 15, Rutland's public access station. Today's game comes to you from St. Peter's Field, which features the junior varsity action this afternoon. It's the Mounties of MSJ hosting the Red Raiders from Rutland High School this afternoon. Mark Carbonell along with Mike Kaludi doing the play-by-play. And Mike, it's junior varsity football today, and it's great day for football.
I think we've seen all the weather now, Mark.
It's just about.
We've seen a real nice day up in Spalding. Cool night in where the heck we go? Mount Anthony.
Mount Anthony, right?
And then two rainy days in Rutland, and then it's snowing here at St. Peter's Field. This is the game, they call it.
This is it.
Where the kids that live next to each other, some of them are good friends. They go into school, through grade school, and they split up and they go to different high schools. And this is a lot like the varsity game, and it's a game played for pride. Rutland's coming in with, a 4 and 4, and MSJ's coming in with a 6 and 1, or 1 and 6, excuse me. But like they say, you throw the records out the window in this game. The kids they really get up for a game like this, and they all play well.
Yes, they do. It'd be interesting to see, Mike, how they handle the weather situations here this afternoon. Watching the kids warm up, look like they can handle the passing okay. So got some snow flurries flying around here, and we're just about ready to go here. Didn't quite catch the call at midfield to see who receives and who kicks off. Well, I think the Mounties are going to be doing the kicking off here. We'll try to go along and give the players here on the MSJ side as we get into the game. And
well, I hope we got all I hope they're all wearing the jerseys that were on the roster here, because otherwise we're going to be
it'll make it a little easier.
Calling off names wrong. Looks like Rutland's going to be receiving. MSJ will be kicking off. Number 82.
Okay, looks like
Andrew Carbine will be kicking.
Okay. So you got a different number already than I do.
Really? What was it, 82? Isn't it 82?
82, but I've got Justin Eddy as 82.
Wow.
Okay, well, I know Andrew's a freshman, so...
well, listen, why don't do you have another roster like that?
Yes, I do, yeah.
Why don't we use the same roster? Do you have another one? Do you have a second one? And that way, at least if we're wrong...
Okay, there's the kickoff, and it's covered by the Raiders down there. Looks... well, let's catch a number here, getting up off the... It looks like Jason Smith at number 47. The Raiders going with Pat Dwyer this afternoon at quarterback. Mike Stempak in the backfield, one of the backs. Also, see, getting the numbers down here, looks like...
I believe Kaludi.
It's probably going to be Darren Kaludi.
Kaludi's playing
I would say 30
fullback, and Stempak and split wide right is...
Okay, the Bailey boys here... Aaron and Seth both split wide receivers. It's a 1st and 10, and the Raiders go to work here. The handoff to Kaludi, and he's quickly through the line there and picks up a good 5 yards on the carry. 45 there for the Mounties. I believe that's Luke Wortman making the stop on defense.
Nice hole there to start off there for Kaludi, right over that right tackle position, right guard, right tackle.
Okay, Chris Mayhew in the game now. He's split left, and number 30, Seth Bailey, split right. Dwyer, the quarterback, Kaludi, and Stempak. And we got some movement on the Mountie line there. And
left end for MSJ jumped offside, getting a little anxious. See the number? I can only see the side. It looks like 61. Yeah, 61.
And it looks
that's,
like is that Mike?
That's Mike Alberico.
Okay.
I think Mike jumped offside. That's going to get Rutland a first down, Mark.
Mounties with an injured player this afternoon on the sidelines there. Chris Cosgrove, one of the Mounties there, and cast on his leg this afternoon, sitting this one out. Okay, so the Raiders will go 1st and 10 here. They're just about the Mountie 45-yard line, their own 45-yard line. Handoff in there goes to Kaludi, and he's going to be stopped. He might have picked up a yard on the play, Mike.
Yeah, he's making it through the initial line, and then their safeties are coming up, stopping. He got about 2.5 on the carry.
Okay, so it'll be a 2nd down and about 7 for Rutland. junior varsity football this afternoon. The Mounties of MSJ hosting the Raiders of Rutland High. First quarter action here. Pat Dwyer, the quarterback. Stempak and Clutie, the backs. Dwyer pushing through there, and he takes it on his own and gets into Mountie territory. He's up to about the 45-yard line.
Looks like he's going to have the first down there, Mark. Pat, I think I think they were caught off guard on that play. He just I don't think they ever expected that quarterback sneak. They've been using that successfully this year.
Yes, they have. We've seen it a few times, Mike, with good success also.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Raiders in business here, 1st and 10, and driving inside the Mountie 45. Hey, Dwyer barks him out. Hand off to Mike Stempak, and Mike picks up a couple on the carry.
I believe Mike was tripped up by Alberico just as he gained about 3 yards.
So to bring up a 2nd and 7 for Rutland now. Into the game for the Raiders is Jason Smith, number 47. Okay, Chris Mayhew split left, and he's got Seth Bailey split right. Okay, handoff goes to Stempak, and Mike gets just about to the 40-yard line there of MSJ.
Another tackle by Mike Alberico. Mike seems to be getting in a lot of these tackles here this afternoon.
Well, Mike quick off the line there on the defensive side there for the Mounties, and the Raiders putting together a nice little drive here so far, pretty much staying on the ground, Mike.
Yeah, they are. As long as they're going to have success with it, I'm sure they'll stick with it.
And that was a good gain. He picks up.
I think forward motion is going to give him close to a first down there.
It should be a good spot there. It's going to be 4th and about.
Okay, the first yard marker is just beyond the 35-yard line, so.
Be about a 4th and 2 or so.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so the Raiders with a 4th and 2 now, and looks like they're going to go for it. We've got Seth Bailey split right and Aaron Bailey split left. Kaludi and Stempak in the backfield. Dwyer handoff to Kaludi, and he's up in there, and he's got the first down and more. Well, Darren Kaludi on the carry, and he picks up more than enough for the first down, Mike, and the Raiders are in good shape here inside the MSJ 30-yard line.
Nice run by Darren. He broke a couple tackles and was able to gain a couple more yards just by twisting and turning there a little bit. Rutland looking good right now. They seem to be able to move the ball here fairly well here this afternoon to start off.
Well, so far staying on the ground and mixing it up here, using his backs, and the Raiders once again. Oh, we've got whistles and.
Probably too much time, Mark. I didn't see anybody move or offsides MSJ. By our.
Okay, that'll be cameraman picked that up.
Picked that one up.
Mr. Mayhew.
Brian Mayhew up here between Mark and I on the camera, and we got Rick Fleming down on the sidelines filming the close-up shots this afternoon for us, as usual.
Okay, so the Raiders go 1st and 10 here, and it's Dwyer the quarterback, Stempak and Kaludi the backs. Seth Bailey split right. Hand off to Stempak, and he's going to be just over the 20, just inside the Mountie 20-yard line.
Mike didn't have much room there that time. That hole filled up real quick, and he didn't have any place to go.
Okay, we got Chris Mayhew going out for the Raiders, and Aaron Bailey coming in.
It's going to be tough to hold on to that ball here. Sooner or later, I think we're probably going to start seeing some fumbles, Mark.
Well, I'm sure it'll take its toll.
Really cold out there today.
All right, it's a 2nd down, about 4 now for Rutland. Get a hand out to Stempak, and he's
nice block in there.
Close to he's inside the 10 there. That's a good carry by Stempak. Picked up some nice blocking, Mike.
Nice block by Hal Metzler out that right tackle position. Opened that hole wide up for Mike.
Okay, Mayhew back in now for the Raiders, and it brings up a 1st and 10 here.
It doesn't look like they're going to be able to get another first down. They're just inside the 10-yard line, or just right on the 10-yard line.
Right on the
so
10, yep.
They've got to put it in 4 tries here.
Here at Mayhew split left, and Seth Bailey split right. Clutie and Stempak. Handoff here goes to Clutie, and he barrels down in close to that Mountie goal line. He looks like he's close to the 5, Mike.
He's about 4 yards on that carry, I believe.
Well, the Raiders putting together a nice drive here, keeping it on the ground, and they look like they're in pretty good shape.
Aaron Carbonell coming in here.
So it'll bring up a second down and about well, it's a second and goal, I guess, just outside that 5-yard line. Carbonell split left and Seth Bailey split right. Pat Dwyer with the handoff, and he's staying on the ground. He goes to Clutie, and Darren looked like he got maybe a yard on the carry.
Not much room for him that time. He's looking for a hole there, and it closed up pretty quick. MSJ stepping forward here and playing tough goal line defense.
So the Raiders looking at a third down now, and it's
looks about from this corner, Mark. Looks about 3 yards, 3 to 3.5 yards.
Okay, Mayhew
says 3 on the clock up there. I think it's about 3.
Mayhew split left and Seth Bailey right. Clutie and Stempak. And to give us to Darren Clutie. Boy, there's nothing there. That Mountie line just closed it right up in the middle, Mike.
Looks like you got about a yard, yard and a half. They're about a yard from the goal line.
So the Raiders now looking at a 4th down and a 4th and short. And coming into the game here for Rutland is number 45. That's Dave Paller. And Chris Mayhew going out. Raiders going for it here on a 4th down. Dwyer's going to take it himself, and he's going to get stopped. The Mountie defense there rising to the occasion. They look like
I think they kind of expected him to go with that, Mark. He gained had a couple good runs with that play, and I think they played smart that time, and everyone stayed home, and the Mountie stopped Rutland right on the 1-yard line.
Well, MSJ, the defense read it well, and like you said, they stayed right home, and they just made the play when they had to. Looked like Kevin Hughes there and on the stop, one of the Mounties couldn't quite get the other ones at the time, but the Mounties with a big play defensively, and they'll take over right around their 5-yard line. Quarterback for the Mounties, Pete Tomasi. Number 45 there, Luke Wortman, is one of the running backs.
Is that a fumble? I believe it's a fumble right there. Looks like Rutland's got it.
Raiders will get it back. There's a break right there, so
I figured it had to happen sooner or later, Mark. You know, especially the first carries. You know, if they can get through the first down and carry it 2 or 3 times without fumble, they usually got they're in a rhythm. But that first handoff is a tough one. It's a real tough one.
So the Raiders in good shape, and they're going on offense again here. It's 1st and goal for Rutland. Pat Dwyer, the quarterback, Stempak and Clutie in the backfield. And up to Clutie going on that left side, and
touchdown.
Darren's in. Touchdown Raiders, and so the Rutland Raiders go on the board first here at St. Peter's Field, 6-0, with 3:19 left in the first quarter of play.
Well, Clutie was looking for a place inside, and there was nothing there, so he skipped it outside and put Rutland on the board here first, early in the first quarter.
Okay, the Raiders going for 2 here. Carbonell split left, and Dwyer goes back to pass. He's got Carbonell, and it's good.
Nice catch by Aaron Carbonell.
Okay, so Aaron Carbonell makes the catch for the 2-point conversion as they come up the field. It's the Raiders of Rutland High 8 and MSJ nothing.
Well, bad break for MSJ there. They were deep inside, right down there on their 1-yard line, and they couldn't hold on to the ball. And that's a tough place to be turning the ball over.
Well, it is.
Rutland, able to move at will down the field, and they get the ball right there on the 1 yard line.
Well, the Raiders had
tough to stop them at that point.
Raiders had a nice drive going there, and then the Mounties on a big defensive stand turned it over, and like you said, tough break for the Mounties. They lost the handle on the fumble there and the exchange, and Raiders got it right back and went right in with the score. So Kaludi gets the touchdown on the carry for Rutland, and Dwyer to Carbonell for the 2 points, and the Raiders are up here 8-0.
We got a traditional game here, Mark, as in the past. It's these teams they wait all year long to play each other, and I sort of looking forward to this game today. It's one of the premier games of the year. It's too bad that the weather wasn't a little bit better, but it's typical football weather, I guess, so we can't complain.
Well, it brings back childhood memories. This is what the MSJ Rutland game, this is the type of weather it was always played in, though it seemed to me anyways.
Well, it was always played later. It was always around Veterans Day,
yeah.
And there's a couple more weeks there that you add on to so
it makes a difference, I'll tell you. Okay, deep for the Mounties there, getting ready to receive the kickoff from Bill Shortle, and the Raiders is number 24, that's Steve Alberico, and number 13, Pete Tomasi. Kick is taken by Luke Wortman there for MSJ. Up, Luke's at the 35, and he's going to be short of the 35, trying to cut around the corner. Stop made by Stempek. And number 34, I believe that's
Brian Key.
Brian Key for the Raiders. So the Mounties go to work, 1st and 10, just inside that 35-yard line.
This puts MSG in pretty good field position right here. On the 35-yard line. Their field is like the Flight's field. It's muddy right down the middle.
Yes, it is. We've got Oskoski there, split left for the Mounties. Give us to Wortman. He's up over the 40, and he's close to the 45. That's a good carry there by Luke Wortman of MSJ.
Nice work by Luke. He did it mostly on his own there, breaking tackles and throwing a few stiff arms out there. And he gives himself about 8.5, 9 yards on the carry.
Okay, so bring up a 2nd down and about 3 for MSJ. The Mounties trail here 8-0. First quarter, about 2 minutes and 25 seconds left in the quarter. Okay, Tomasi, the quarterback. And they give us to Wortman again, and he's going to be close to that 1st down.
It's going to depend on the mark, I think, Mark. And it looks like he's got it. He's.
Yeah, it's a 1st down for MSJ, and to keep the drive going here, it's Wortman on the carry, and Luke's done a good job up to this point there, putting the Mounties in good field position. Here we got Oskoski, number 81 there is split right for the Mounties. And that time to give goes to number 31, that's Kevin Hughes. Kevin inside the 45.
Jeremy Scott on the tackle there for Rutland, along with, I believe, Jason Smith.
So to bring up a 2nd down and about 7 to go here for MSJ. Oskoski split right. Hey, Tomasi with a pitch back to Hughes, and he's up to the 50, 45, and it's a good carry there by Kevin Hughes. He picks up another Mountie 1st down. Stop made by Jason Smith there for Rutland.
Remember last year, Mark, Hughes did most of the running for MSJ. If you remember, he was their big workhorse last year.
Yes.
Luke Wortman got hurt midway, I think, through the 2nd quarter, and Hughes did basically most of the carrying for MSJ last year.
He was pretty much the workhorse there last year. That's right. Okay, the Mounties here in business here at just inside the Raider 45, 1st and 10. Tomasi with the quick handoff there to Wortman, and he gets up close to the 40-yard line.
Number 42, Aaron Bailey on the tackle. I couldn't see who else was there. A host of other Rutland tacklers.
So it brings up a 2nd and 9 here for MSJ. The Mounties trailing the game here 8-0. Here they've got Oskoski split left. Tomasi with the handoff to Wortman, and Wortman's up over the 40 inside the close to the 35-yard line.
Again, Scott and Bailey on the tackle for Rutland. It's a big third down for MSJ here, Mark. In order to keep things going here in this going into the second quarter, they need to convert on this one to keep going in coming into the second quarter. Only 2 seconds left.
Yeah, the Mounties with a 3rd and 5 here, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. And the score at the end of one, it's Rutland High School 8 and Mount St. Joseph 0.
Okay, folks, we're back here at St. Peter's Field, where the Mount Anthony. Here I go again, Mark. Where the MSJ Mounties are hosting the Rutland Raider JVs. We're just starting the second quarter, and Rutland is ahead 8-0. MSJ has the ball on the Rutland 38-yard line. They're faced with a 3rd and about 6 yards. Hughes and Wortman have been doing most of the carrying here for MSJ. And they come up onto the ball. Critical 3rd down here for MSJ. Hughes in motion to the left. And we're going to have a penalty on the play here. Tackled by Jason Smith. I have a feeling that's going to be motion. Yeah, motion against MSJ. Tough break for MSJ. Penalties, turnovers make a game, Mark. And it's unfortunate that they come at the times like this.
Exactly. Well, you could see it developing. They were going to have trouble with it, Mike. I'm not sure who it was that moved there for the Mounties, but tough break for them here. They had a drive going here on the ground, and that's going to set them back some here.
Certainly was a gaping hole over that left side there. If he wasn't caught by Smith, I think he would have gone all the way.
Well, he certainly had plenty of room.
Yeah, Rutland's going to have to adjust to that, and you can be sure that MSJ will take a close look at that again this quarter. And we got a bird on the field. He's camouflaged out there in that mud and those white lines. You got him? Okay.
Okay.
Okay, here we go, folks. Number 13, Peter Tomasi, doing a quarterback for MSJ, brings him out on the line. They are faced with 3rd and 10 now. As they hand off to Luke Wortman. Luke Wortman is dragged down from behind by number 56 from Rutland. That's Joe McGarry. And
Joe doing a nice job coming up, making the tackle there on Wortman.
Now, Rutland or MSJ is going to have a 4th down and about 11.
They get too many men in the backfield. They get a bird back there.
Too many men in the backfield.
Carrier pigeon or what?
Right. Okay, folks, we got a 4th and 11. We're on MSJ's on the Rutland 46-yard line, 44-yard line. Hughes in motion. Going to go back to pass. He's going to get sacked by number 45 from Rutland, David Paller. Some help from Dana Atwood, and Rutland's going to take over on the MSJ 48-yard line.
Well, that's a big play defensively. Dave Paller doing a nice job coming in there defensively for the Raiders and making the stop on Tomasi, the quarterback. So Raiders looking, they're in pretty good shape here, Mike.
Yeah, they're certainly starting off in good field position. They're going to have 1st and 10 on the Rutland or the MSJ 47-yard line. Okay. Pat Dwyer making the calls for Rutland. Handoff. He's going to keep it himself. He's going to roll out. And he's taken down at the 50-yard line. It's going to be a loss of about a yard and a half, 2 yards.
Well, Pat trying to go to that the wide side of the field. They had the right idea, but unfortunately the Mounties read it well. I'm not sure who defensively there made the stop for MSJ.
85.
Looks like Brendan Chamberlain did the job for the Mounties that time, Mike.
Nice job by Brendan. Rutland's going to be faced with a 2nd and about 13 yards on their own 48-yard line. Split left, I believe, is Chris Mayhew. And Pat's going to drop back and pass. He's going to go to Mayhew, just out of his reach, about 6-7 feet.
Well, he had Chris out there, and that was a nice spiral by Pat, but unfortunately a little bit too long.
He had the right path. I mean, it was just over the top of Chris's head. So.
Third interference.
Yeah. And Rutland's going to be faced with a long third and about 13. Expect to see Rutland go to the air again here. That's a lot of yards to pick up on the ground.
Well, I don't think you'll see that quarterback sneak again.
No, I think they've got that one. I think they got that one figured out. Dwyer brings him out over the ball. He's going to it's going to go to a reverse. Seth Bailey. Bailey's going to have first down and more. He's going to be taken out of bounds on about the 35-yard line of MSJ.
That's a good call. You know, Mike, we've seen that all year for the Raiders here, and it finally worked today. It was good to see.
Well, they executed it just right this time.
Yes, they did.
A real good job. A real good job of execution. I think that fake really drew him in, MSJ into that inside, just enough time to give Bailey room to run outside. And they got a first down and on about the 35, it's about the 34-yard line of MSJ, 1st and 10. Had Dwyer making the calls here for Rutland. Hand off to Jason Smith right up the middle. Jason gets about 3 or 4 yards on the carry.
Well, that's a good job there by Jason.
Closer to 5.
Jason just putting the head down and going straight ahead and doing a nice job there on the carry for Rutland. Again, Mike, right now in this particular drive, the Raiders mixing it up real well here, a little bit of everything.
Yeah. Well, they've got a lot of kids that they can throw to. They got a lot of kids that can run. So that no one should get tired here. They should, they can just keep right on pounding. Hand off to Stempick that time. Race one. No, that's not.
Jason Smith.
That's Jason Smith again. Gets the first down. Jason breaks one tackle and gets the first down there for Rutland.
Well, now they're getting into that kind of sloppy part of the field, Mike, right in the middle there, and it's kind of tough running in there.
Aaron Carbonell in for Aaron Bailey. Number 50, George Asimwal, doing the centering for Rutland. Dwyer, the quarterback, again handed off to Jason Smith. Jason breaks one tackle. He gets to the 5. Touchdown, Rutland!
Well, that was a pretty play. Jason there, second effort, got him there, Mike, right off the right side of the line and just kept right on in.
Nice run by Jason Smith. I believe he was on about the 25-yard line, so that was a 25-yard run for Jason Smith. And Rutland jumps ahead 14-0, and they still have to go for the conversion here. .902 left in the second quarter. We're here at St. Peter's Field, where the MSJ Mounties are hosting the Rutland JV Raiders. The score is 14-0. Dwyer's going to pass. He's going to be behind.
Well, he wanted to go.
Aaron. I think he ended up behind him. So Rutland will stay at 14-0 here, and we've got. Okay, we're back here, folks, at St. Peter's Field on a cold, bristly afternoon here, Mark. This is probably the coldest weather these kids have played in. Certainly the coldest weather I've been playing in here.
Yeah, that's for sure, Mike.
Rutland just scored another touchdown here with 9 minutes left in the half, and they lead MSJ 14-0. Back for MSJ's number 13, Peter Tomasi, and number 34, I believe, out there is Jay Stevens. No, 24. Take that back. That's Steve Alberico. And Alberico, no, number 17. Flag on the play. Hard to see the numbers up here, Mark.
That looked like number 13.
That's right.
Pete Tomasi.
Pete Tomasi.
Yeah. Clipping there.
Clipping on MSJ. Another tough break here for MSJ. They just seem to get things, they get a good run, or they seem to get a break, and it just kind of turns around on them. And that's going to put them back 15 yards. They're going to be back somewhere around the 10, 15-yard line to start off.
Well, that's a tough break for MSJ because instead of starting in pretty good field position, they're going to be back inside their 20-yard line, or even just around the just short of the 15 there, Mike.
Right on the 15-yard line. So MSJ is going to have a 1st and 10 starting at their 15-yard line.
Well, those mistakes will.
They really do kill you. They really
Yep.
do kill you. Coming out over center for MSJ is number 78, David Paul. Peter Tomasi calling the plays. Luke Wortman in motion to the left. Hand off to Hughes over right tackle. Hughes gets about 10 yards, breaks 2 or 3 tackles, is finally brought down by number 22, Art Coburn, after about a 15-yard run by Hughes. Nice run.
Well, that was a good carry by Kevin. Kevin's he's that workhorse that that bullish type of runner there, Mike. And he just if you don't hit him low, he's just going to carry you.
Yeah, he's strong, real strong, and like you said, you got to hit him low, or they're not going to take him down. Okay, MSJ's got 1st and 10 on their own 40. Let's see here now, 30, about 28-yard line. Where the play is, I lost it there.
Well, they went to the right. It looked like the give was to Luke Wortman there, number 45, and
looks like Luke got maybe a yard or 2 according to the marker here, and they're going to have 2nd and about 8. See, I lost it. I took my eye off the play there for a split second, and I didn't see where the ball went.
Well, both teams wearing dark jerseys today, so that makes it a little tricky too.
Yeah, especially for our guy doing the filming. Okay, 2nd and about 8 on the 30-yard line, or 35-yard line, MSJ is. And lined up in I formation with Chad Ryan split left, and handoff goes to...
No, it was a quarterback keep
quarterback keeper. Tomasi holds on, but he's taken for a loss.
Dave Pallard doing a nice job there for Rutland, making the stop on defense, and Mounty's looking at a 3rd and long here.
Yeah, they've got a big 3rd down conversion here. They're on their own about 34-yard line, 33-yard line. They've got 3rd and 10. Massey brings them up over the ball, lined up in I formation. Split left is Luke Wortman, or better yet, Chad Ryan. And tries for a screen, or a dump pass off to number 24, Steve Alberico, with no success, and looks like MSJ will have to punt it here. They're going to have 4th and 10.
Well, Tomasi trying to hit Alberico there on the flat out here at the flat, and try to get a long gainer for the Mounties, but unfortunately it didn't work, and the pass fell short.
Well, a lot of pressure there from that defensive line there of Rutland.
Well, they've done a good job thus far this afternoon, Mike.
Okay, 4th and 10, and I believe that's number fumble, and he's going to pick it up. He's going to be tackled by number 52.
Looks like Jeremy Scott.
Jeremy Scott on tackle, and again, big break for Rutland here. Fumbles and penalties will do you in, that's for sure.
Well, Justin Eddy having trouble with the handle there, and just couldn't hang on. It's cold out there this afternoon, and
sure is.
Ball got away from him, and the Raiders got a break there.
And Rutland's going to have 1st and 10 on the MSJ 25-yard line. Pat Dwyer bringing them all over the ball. Kaludi and Stempik in the backfield. Brian Keefe wide right, and it's going to be a handoff to Stempik over the right side. Stempik takes an inside block, and he gets about 4 yards on the carry. And Rutland's going to have just about 5 yards, so they're going to have 2nd and 5.
Trying to keep that ball on the dry side of the field there, Mike.
Yeah, Aaron Carbonneau in for number 42, Aaron Bailey. George Aspinwall hiking the ball here for Rutland. Pat Dwyer, quarterback. And there's a whistle.
I don't know. I think the Mounties jumped off there, Mike.
It looks like, not sure. Was it the Mounties?
Yeah, I believe it was Mike Alberico there that jumped off, number 61.
That's going to give Rutland almost a 1st down, not quite. They're going to have about a yard. Seth Bailey in for Brian Keefe. And
tell you
we're going to
that-
have second and about less than a yard.
Raiders in good shape here, Mike.
Yep. On the 15-yard line, just short of the 15-yard line. Aaron Carbonell split wide left. And
Well,
definitely some contact off that Rutland side. Number 80, Drew Blickard, a little anxious, and that's going to put Rutland back 5 yards. So they're going to have second and about 6.
well, you know, Drew's missed a few games this year, so he's anxious
Well,
to get in.
he's a little anxious. You know, he wants some contact here, and he just forgot his count. That's all. Okay, Rutland's going to have second and about 6 on the MSJ 20-yard line. Flag on the play. Dwyer gets the close to the first down, but not sure what the call was.
Yeah,
It's
it looks
gonna
like it's motion, Mike.
Motion against Rutland, so that's going to put them back around the 30-yard line, and now Rutland's starting to run into penalty problems here.
Well, now it's swinging the other way here. The Raiders, last couple times now, they've turned it around, and now it's going to cost them.
Well, it's going to cost them 5, I believe. So that's going to give them second and about 11. Chris Mayhew coming in for Aaron Bailey, and things nothing much happening right here, Mark. They're just kind of shuffling back and forth here.
Right here they are.
Yeah. Standing right in front of us here, we see what's going on.
Right here,
We sure do. And another.
Well,
I'm not sure what that was. I think this is a referee's
yeah, it's an
timeout.
official timeout.
Official timeout. Looks like Peter Tomasi's going to the sidelines.
Like he's got some trouble with
Yeah.
one of his hands there.
Number 44, Chad Ryan, in for Tomasi. And we're back in business here. Again, we've got 4 minutes and 15 seconds left in the first half. Rutland has second and about 11 on the MSJ 25-yard line. Scores 14-0. Pat Dwyer making the calls. Hand off to, again, the reverse. Bailey taking an inside cut there, and a nice move. And there's another penalty on the play. Referee's not letting anything go here this afternoon, Mark.
No, I don't know if that's... Well,
I see some MSJ players clapping their hands, so...
yeah, it's going to be looks like it's a clip against the Raiders this time around, Mike.
And again, they set them back a little further each time.
Well, it was a good call that time. It worked before, and you know, it picked up quite a bit of yardage this time around too. But
yeah.
Unfortunately, the call is going to go against the Raiders here, and it's going to drop them back with a second and
about
real long.
Yeah, about 25 looks like. Now we've had second down here for the last 4 plays, I think. Okay, second and about I would say about 25 yards to go. Rutland is now back on the MSJ 41-yard line, or 38-yard line. Dwyer's going to go to pass. He's going to find Chris Mayhew off there next to the sidelines, and it is a reception.
Chris did a nice job there with that reception.
Just
there,
getting
Mike.
the ball. He had to fall down in order to hold on to it, and they're going to have a third and about 15.
Well, nothing to lose here if they go to the air. I mean,
No. I mean, they're they're on the about the 32, 33-yard line of MSJ, third and about 15. And Pat's going to back up and pass, and he finds. Can't see who it is.
It looks like Mike Stempeck on the reception.
Actually, they lost about a yard on that, or maybe it wasn't a complete pass because they didn't move the line marker back. So they're fourth and about 20.
Well, Pat was being pressured that time by that from the Mountie line, and had to get a quick pass away, and unfortunately they didn't pick up enough for that first. So
Chris Mayhew coming in. I didn't see who left the field. Yeah. Oh, he went to the sidelines. Okay, went to confer with the coach to get the play, and I don't see Aaron Carbonell in there, so they're not going to punt, and it looks like they're going to go for it. Fourth and about 20, 18 according to the clock.
Well, there's nobody. Well, there is Chris Mayhew was split left there, so.
They're going to hand off to Stempick, and Stempik's going to go to the pass. He's going to find Chris Mayhew almost.
Well, I'll tell you, that was a pretty play, but
just beyond Mayhew's reach, and MSJ will take over on their own about 31, 32-yard line.
Well, you know, I had a feeling we might see that today. We saw it Saturday in that in the varsity encounter where Jeff Sen threw a pass, and again, you know, going with that type of play here at the junior varsity level, and hey, why not? What the heck, you know?
Hey, I mean, this is the chance for them to, you know, they got a lead here, and they want to be able to try those plays out. Okay, MSJ on their own 30-yard line, 32-yard line, 1st and 10. Tomasi making the calls here for MSJ. Luke Wortman in motion to this side. He hands off to Hughes, and Hughes is met at the line of scrimmage, but he bulls out about 2 yards.
Well, he did a good job there on the carry, Mike.
Yeah.
Picked up.
He actually picked up about 5, according to the line marker. 4.5 maybe. And MSJ is going to have second in about 5.5, 6 yards. Well, MSJ needs to do something here. Time running out. They got about 1 minute and 50 seconds left in the half. So they need to keep this ball moving, and they need some big plays here to score on Rutland here before the end of the half. Second and about 5 or 6. Massey rolls out, decides not to pitch, and he's met right there by a couple of tacklers. 47, Jason Smith.
Well, Jason did a nice job, came right up and made the stop there on Pete Tomasi, and cut him down there without much gain on the carry at all, Mike.
Yeah, and they're going to be faced with third and 5 now. Massey bringing them out over the ball. Got Kevin Hughes and Luke Wortman in the backfield. And Tomasi's going to roll right, looking for a they're stretching him out more. Good pursuit by Kaludi, and with some help from the bottom of the pile here, number 35, John Haynes, to force a 4th down here.
Well, that was good defense by the Raiders that time. They strung it out and ran it laterally and came up and made the stop defensively. John Haynes doing a nice job out there.
Looks like number 82, Andrew Carbine, is going to, with 24 seconds to go in the first half. Nice hike and nice boot. It's going to take a funny bounce and sit right there at the 40-yard line. And 13 seconds left here in the first half, with Rutland leading 14-0. And it's been a cold one here. I think the weather has played some part here, and especially the turnovers, Mark, for MSJ.
Well, it definitely makes a difference. Anytime you get a day with a lot of wind and the field being
they're not going to play it out. There's 3 seconds clock running down, and we're going to take they're going to break here for the half, I guess, where Rutland leads MSJ in the JV football here, 14-0 at St. Peter's Field.
You're watching Channel 15, Rutland Region Community Television, your only source for local news, sports, and entertainment.
Okay, we're back here at St. Peter's Field, and it's 14-0 at the half. The Rutland High Red Raider JVs lead over the Mounties of MSJ.
You guys do a super job.
Oh, thanks. Well,
Mike and Mark, that's for sure.
Well, we're winning from the pro.
Up here to give us some tips.
See, someday you'll get your name right up here like this. That's been there since 1974.
Is that right?
Something like that.
It's kind of like having your own star there in Hollywood, right?
They didn't spell it correctly, but there it is. It's L-E-Y, by the way.
What do you think
How you doing, Rick?
Here, Jack?
Pardon me?
What do you think of the game so far?
I just got here.
Okay, that was a good question.
Next.
So, I'm on my way to the parade sooner or later.
Yeah, they are going to have that parade.
Yeah, unfortunately. Well, fortunately, I guess. Here and
Gotta get my clipboard.
Okay, we're back at St. Peter's Field, and it's 14-0 here, getting ready to start the second half. Mark Carbonell along with Mike Coludi this afternoon, and it's junior varsity football. It's the Rutland High Red Raiders 14 and the Mounties from MSJ nothing. And Mike, so far the Raiders doing a good job here offensively, pretty much mixing it up a little bit, going to the air, and then using their wide array of backs out there.
It's been mostly Rutland, I guess. All for the first 2 quarters on the ground, they've been being able to move the ball at will here this first half. And we'll see what happens here in the second half. We might note, as you look across the field, you've got the big red out there with 25, 30 kids or more. In MSJ, typically with their 14 or 16 kids, like it has been in the past, but they always put up a good fight, regardless, Mark,
yes,
of the manpower. They got a few injured players, and I was talking to the head coach, Coach Brian Grady, during the week, and they only had like 14 sophomores, out for JV ball this fall. So they're going to be, it's tough to put together a team and try to be too successful when you only got 12 or 14 kids going out for the sophomores. I guess they had a few more freshmen.
Right. Well, it's not a true JV team, because a lot of these kids, of course, move up and play on that varsity squad. Yep. Also. The Raiders getting ready here to kick off, and it looks like Aaron Carbonell here for the, that's Bill Shorto here for the Raiders doing the kicking, and back deep for the Mounties to receive is let's see, they got him turned sideways here.
I think it's number 24.
Okay, that's
Steve Alberico.
Yep, and 13 Pete Tomasi, the quarterback. So we're ready to go. Second half of play here, and it's junior varsity football.
Nice
good boot there by
nice boot.
Shortland's taken on one hop by Tomasi, and he's up. He's got some good running over here. He's up over midfield, and he's in the Raider. Nope, he's finally tackled. I'm sorry, short of the 45-yard line. Boy, he had a head of steam there, Mike.
He sure did. Seth Bailey met him head on, and I don't think if Seth hadn't got him, I don't know if he wouldn't have gone all the way, Mark.
That's a good return by Peter, and that puts the Mounties in good shape.
The Mounties have had good field position all afternoon. Just having a tough time holding on the ball, and we'll see what they can do here in the second half.
Tomasi, the quarterback. We've got Hughes and Wortman in the backfield. Handoff, first man through. That's Kevin Hughes. Gets in the 50, 45, and he gets close to that Raider 40-yard line.
That's going to be a face mask, Mark. I see Hughes' head go, right down to the, straight down when he was coming through that initial line of scrimmage. So, I have a feeling this is going to be 15 yards tagged onto that run against Rutland.
Well, there's the call, and it is a face mask against the Raiders. So it's going to move the ball deeper into Raider territory.
Hughes, again, doing a good job coming around here in the second half and just taking that handoff and just bowling there for about 15 yards. And they're going to get a total of 30 on this one with that 15-yard face mask penalty. Well,
it'll set the Mounties up with a 1st and 10 there at about the Raider 26-yard line. So Tomasi, the quarterback, he's got Hughes and Alberico in the backfield. Hand off to Alberico, and he's going to be cut down by Jason Smith there of the Raiders, number 47.
Nice play by Jason coming up and catching him right in the backfield. Loss of about 2 yards or about a yard on the carry.
So the Mounties with a 2nd down and about 8 to go. 14-0. The Raiders lead here. 3rd quarter of action. 10:57 left in the quarter. Coming to you from St. Peter's Field this afternoon.
Might add a cold November 1st here. The wind is blowing. It's been snowing, flurrying all day today, but the field is not doesn't have any snow on it this time.
Hey, Tomasi, and the handoff goes to Hughes.
There was a fumble, but I believe MSJ's recovered. Number 45 from MSJ.
Luke Wortman coming up with the ball.
Couldn't tell if that was that intended handoff was for Kevin or if it was for Luke, but Luke got the recovery.
So it's a 3rd and 9 for MSJ here. Alberico split right and Oskoski split left. Okay, Tomasi drops back and he's looking for, well, he had Alberico there on that right side, but he overthrows him, and it's going to bring up a 4th down for MSJ here, 4th and 9 now for the Mounties.
Didn't have much time on that one. He had a lot of pressure from that right corner, right end. I believe it was either Aaron or Seth Bailey. Big 4th down here. I mean, they're inside Rutland territory here. They need to turn something right here, Mark.
Well, they put together a pretty decent drive. They had that penalty, which helped them. And let's see what they do here. The Mounties going for it now on a 4th and 9. Tomasi and a pitch back to Wortman, and he hands off to 44. It's going to be enough for the 1st down. Chad Ryan got the handoff from Luke Wortman on that reverse, and
then they got the 1st down.
It'll be a 1st and 10 for MSJ.
They gave Rutland some of their own medicine there on that reverse, Mark, and it worked well for them.
Well, that was a good call in that situation.
Yeah, it sure was.
So it's a 1st and 10 now for the Mounties. Pete Tomasi, the quarterback. He's got Luke Wortman and Kevin Hughes in the backfield. Oskoski is split wide right. Hand off to Wortman. Looks like Luke got maybe a yard on the carry.
Looks like Jason Smith on the tackle. I couldn't see who else was there with him.
Luke.
Second and about 8 here. Tomasi calling the shots.
Okay, the pitch back to Hughes, and he gets hit in the backfield, and the Raiders are going to drop him right there. That's a good play there, defensive. They look like
Pat Dwyer came up to make that stop in the backfield.
Hey, also Seth Bailey in on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 8 for MSJ here, Mike.
Nice heads-up play there by Pat.
Mounties not having much luck here with the pass this afternoon. It'd be interesting if they go here with a...
yeah, well, they're in a precarious situation here. They got 3rd and about 8, and they need a 1st down here to give them time to punch one in.
Okay, Tomat. Hey, he drops back. He looks over the middle, and it's going to be picked off by Mike Stempak. Mike's still on his feet here, 15-20, and he's going to be tackled down and finally stopped there. But the Raiders will have it 1st and 10 at about their own 25-yard line.
Well, MSJ, you know, they had to pass. You know, they last couple plays didn't have any luck running, and so they had to go to the air. But Rutland just stepped up here, and they had everything covered. And Mike Stempak doing a good job. That reception brings it back about 15, 20 yards, and Rutland's going to take over.
Okay, so the Raiders go to work here, 1st and 10. And they'll have it just inside their own 25-yard line. Dwyer, the quarterback. He's got Bailey, Aaron Bailey split right, and Seth Bailey split left. The handoff is to Mike Stempak, and good carry there by Mike. I think we're going to have a face mask on that also, Mike.
Flags all over the place here. I don't know what that late flag was for. I mean, it was way after evidently they all saw the penalty. And another
he just
penalty.
dropped another one. There might have been a little bit too much discussion there by the Mounties, and so that's gonna mark a big one off against MSJ. First of all, you had the face mask, and then I don't know. I think it was maybe unsportsmanlike conduct is the second call, and that's gonna.
MSJ does not need this. You know, they need to do their best to hold Rutland here to get back in this game. They don't need any foolish penalties.
That's for sure. That's a big one, Mike, and it's going to put the Raiders in real good field position here about the MSJ 40-yard line. So it's a 1st and 10 here, and the Raiders go to work just inside the Mountie 40. Pat Dwyer, the quarterback, he's got Stempeck and Kaludi in the backfield. The pitch goes to Mike Stempeck around that left side. He's at the 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Rutland. There is a flag on the play. And I don't know if this one's going to come back. Or
I have
what.
a feeling it is.
Well, I'll tell you, Mike Stempeck doing a nice job there and taking it in for the Raiders, but let's see what happens here. Hold the phone. Okay, touchdown stands, and the Raiders once again on the board here. Beautiful run there, Mike,
nice
by
run.
Mike Stempeck.
That was, let's see, marker's on the 40, so that's a 40-yard jaunt by Mike Stempeck.
Well, he just took it left and cut back against the grain. And,
he had a couple key blocks out there in front of him, and he just followed those blocks once he got on the open field, and there was nothing between him and the end zone after about the 20-yard line.
Okay, there is some discussion down on the field here between some of the Raider players and the officials, and I'm not sure what this is all about.
Well, they called the touchdown, so I guess I don't know why the Rutland...
Well, it does stand, so
yeah.
It makes it Rutland 21 now, 20 I mean, and MSJ nothing, and now the Raiders here going for the conversion. Looks like Aaron Carbonell's out. I don't know whether he's going to tee it up here and...
yeah, sure. Looks like they're going to go for the...
going for the extra point. This is a first. This is the first time that they've...
but he's...
Right in the mud.
Oh, he's
yeah,
right.
right in the mud. Well, they don't have a choice. They don't have a choice, I don't think. You know, they can't go to one side or the other.
No. I believe, I'm not sure if the Mounties call a timeout here or it's an official timeout.
They're still discussing that last touchdown with the MSJ players. No, I wasn't sure. Have they been practicing the extra point, or?
Yeah, well, he's been working on it all year, and Mick, of course, going with the 2 points so
right.
far this season.
But have they been practicing this extra point, though? Do you
Yes,
know?
they have.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
It looks like it's going to get teed up.
Snap is down, and I don't know if it was.
It was shanked off to the right there. I couldn't tell if it was blocked or if it was just.
Well, it's the point is no good, and it's as they come up the field, it's Rutland High 20 and MSJ nothing. Okay.
Okay, we're back here, folks. St. Peter's Field. Rutland just scored another touchdown. The score is now 20-0, and we're got about 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Nice 40-yard run by Mike Stempeck. The extra point failed, and we're at 20-zip. MSJ having a getting close there, down inside the 15-yard line, but unable to punch it across there for MSJ. So Rutland will be kicking off. Number 24, Steve Alberico, and number 13, I believe, yes, Peter Tomasi, back to receive the kickoff. And it's a shank. It's going to go to they're going to recover number 44 for MSJ, Chad Ryan. And MSJ is going to take over on their own, around their 15 or 20-yard line. We're having some technical difficulties. Mark Carbonell is currently working on his headset here, so I'll be flying alone here for a few minutes. We got Brian Mayhew as our cameraman up here in the booth with us, and Rick Fleming down on the field taking the close-up shots. And MSJ has 1st and 10 on their own 15-yard line. Peter Tomasi calling the shots for MSJ. Pitches out to number 45, Luke Wortman. Wortman breaks a couple blocks and I believe gets the first down, or close to it. No, he gets about 8 yards on the carry, 7-8 yards, and they'll have second and about 3 or 4. Nice carry by Luke. If you are joining us late, weather is kind of brisk out here. Wind's blowing. It's been snowing here in Rutland today. Okay, second and about 4 on about the 20-yard line. 21, 22. Hand off again to no, that goes to Hughes. And if it wasn't for Chris Mayhew, Hughes would have been gone all the way. Hughes, MSJ's powering running back, and he gets their first down. And they're going to have 1st and 10 on their own 41-yard line. Nice run by Kevin Hughes. Okay, 1st and 10 on the 41. MSJ comes out. Peter Tomasi calling the shots here for MSJ. Hands off again to Hughes. Hughes breaks one tackle and another one, and he gets about 6 or 7 yards on the carry. Rutland's certainly having a time here with Kevin Hughes as he bowls another 7 or 8 yards. He's probably averaging 6 to 7 yards per carry this afternoon. Again, Tomasi brings them out. It's tough to hold on the ball today with the. He's going to drop back and pass, and just missed Brendan Chamberlain. It was just a little bit short. Brendan had to try to come back, but not enough time. And MSJ is going to have 3rd and about 4. You back, Mark?
Okay, we're back.
Technical difficulties over, and Mark Carbonell will, if you want me, I'll finish up the 3rd, and you can do the 4th, Mark?
Okay, go ahead, Mike. Take it.
Okay, folks, we got 3rd and about 3 or 4. And Tomasi hands again off to Hughes, and he bowls for the 1st down. Hughes doing the work here for MSJ in this last series, Mark. He's just bowling through.
Boy, I noticed that. He's taken some carries there and made a dent in that Raider defensive line.
And MSJ is going to have 1st and 10 on the Rutland 47-yard line. Line up in the I formation. Hands off to number 24, Steve Alberico. And Alberico, I think, gets stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, that Raider line stiffening there, and going to bring up a 2nd and 10 here for the Mounties.
Well, I believe if they could, they'd hand off to the Hughes on every play, but he's going to tire between. He's going to need a time to rest.
Yeah, I'm sure he's going to take a breather every once in a while. So Luke Wortman's been doing a good job though this afternoon.
Yeah, he has. That's true. They're back. Luke's certainly has his share of carries. Hand off to Wortman this time, and Wortman gets about 2 or 3 yards on the carry. I almost thought there was going to be a face mask there, Mark, but I guess now it almost looked like his helmet came backwards, but
close to it.
Yeah.
Well, anytime you get into a tackle situation where you've got 5 or 6 tacklers there's possibility of a face mask.
Okay, Massey brings them out. Lined up behind Tomasi is Hughes, and the slot is Wortman. He's got 2 split right, and hands off to Hughes quickly, and Hughes gets about 2 yards on the carry. And they're going to be on about the 41 or 42-yard line with 4th down. Big play here for MSJ. To keep moving, they need to convert here, Mark. Try to get on the board here before the end of the 3rd quarter.
Well, I'm sure they'll stay on the ground because they have so far during this drive here. It's kind of tough out there to put the ball in the air, too, with that wind.
Yep. Okay, 4th and about 3 or 4. Again, Tomasi pitches out to Hughes, and it's going to be close.
I think he's going to come up short on that, Mike.
Okay, Pat Dwyer, I believe it was Pat. I don't know if Pat's even out there. I know someone caught him in the backfield. It could have been Chris Mayhew. I know it was a 1. I don't know if it was a 1-1 or a 1-0. I believe it was Chris Mayhew.
Well, I'll tell you.
I see Pat out there. So Chris made the initial contact there, and Kevin started to fall, and then he had a host of other Raiders on him.
Mounties had a nice drive there on the ground, and then the Raiders stepped it up on defense, and
yeah, they were moving well. They just couldn't convert on that next 1st down. So Rutland's going to have it 1st and 10 on their own 40-yard line, roughly 39. Pat Dwyer backing up. He's going to pass to almost intercepted over on that right side.
Well, he was going for, let's see, I believe it was Aaron Bailey out there, number 42.
Yep. And Daryl Oskowski almost had the interception for MSJ. And Rutland's going to have second and about 10 on their own 40-yard line. Pat Dwyer making the calls. And it's a handoff to, I believe, yeah, geez,
Like Jason Smith there,
okay,
Mike.
Jason on the carry. Jason lost a yard or so.
Well, that Mountie defense there is stepping up there just a bit. And
Mounties want to dig in here. You know, they got to do something, and you know, they really need to step up and shut down Rutland's running game, because Rutland's not having any luck with in the air this afternoon. So they've been pretty much sticking to the ground game. Just beyond the reach of number 30, Seth Bailey, and Rutland's going to be forced to punt here with 4th and about 12 or 13. Not much going there. MSJ did a good job. They dug in. They kept them from converting, and MSJ should be in pretty good field position there based on this punt coming up.
Well, Aaron's going to have a stiff wind in his back, so but it seems like it's swirling around down here too this afternoon, so it's going to be hard to.
Plus, that ball's going to be a little hard too, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice hike there, and it's a nice punt, nice twirling punt. It's going to be taken by Tomasi on about the 30-yard line. Tomasi gains 5. He's taken out of bounds at about the 40-yard line, 45-yard line by 32, Mike Stempik, and MSJ will take over on their own 35 or 45. Tomasi with about a 10-yard carry there. And there's 2 minutes and 4 seconds left in the third quarter.
Well, Aaron Carbonell doing a nice job there on the boot, Mike, and Tomasi with a nice little run back, and the Mounties are in pretty good field position here.
Yeah. And short timeout, folks. We'll be right back. Back here, folks, at St. Peter's Field with 2 minutes left in the third quarter. MSJ on their own 45-yard line, and they have 1st and 10. And MSJ unable to score yet in this first 3 quarters. Pitch out to number 24, Steve Alberico. It was a broken play here, and MSJ is going to be pushed back about 5-6 yards on that play.
Well, Peter Tomasi trying to go with a deep pitch there, Mike, to Alberico. Didn't quite reach him.
No. Again, I think the fact that it's so cold, I think, Mark, and it's hard to hold on to that ball. The delivery from center doesn't come as smooth, and
definitely
certainly makes it harder. Okay, MSJ has 2nd and about 15 on their own 40-yard line. Tomasi making the calls here. He's going to pitch out to Bortman, a reverse to number 24, and it's going to be a fumble. Can't tell if MSJ recovered or not.
The Raiders got it back there, Mike.
Yeah, the Raiders get it back with 1:15 left in the third quarter. Again, another tough break. Penalties, turnovers have been the MSJ's demise here this afternoon, Mark.
Well, Jason Smith coming up with the ball for the Raiders, and Rutland will go to work here deep in Mountie territory once again. They're going to have good field position again, Mike.
About a minute left in the third quarter, and Rutland will take over, about the MSJ 31-yard line. Pat Dwyer making the calls here for Rutland. Hand off to Mike Stempik, I believe. Although that looked like a cleaner shirt in there this time. Wasn't paying attention. We'll get it right here. No, that was number 22. That's Artie Coburn. Nice carry by Art. That's over a 10-yard carry. And Art gets the first down there for Rutland.
Well, Eddie Coburn doing a nice job there for Rutland this afternoon, shooting through that middle, and Mickey doing some
like he's doing some switching
some
around here.
substituting here, and
Looks like we're going to have a timeout here, folks. I believe, I don't know if that was Rutland or MSJ's timeout.
well, I'm not sure, but Mick coming out here to, and also Joe Lazinski here. Okay, back at St. Peter's Field here this afternoon. It's the Rutland High Red Raider JVs 20 and the MSJ Mounties 0. We're 37 seconds left in the third quarter. Mike, Raiders in good field position here.
Certainly, if they don't score in this quarter, they're going to turn it around. They're going to be going into the win. Again, a handoff here to Coburn, and he gets about a yard or two on the carry. And that may do it for the third quarter.
Well, I don't know if the Raiders will get another playoff. Chris Mayhew going out and Aaron Bailey coming in for the Raiders.
17 seconds counting down here in the third quarter. And
I wouldn't be surprised to see Dwyer put it in the air here.
oh, yeah. This is something going to have to be real quick here. 5 seconds. He gets the play off. It's going to be handoff around end to number 44. Touchdown!
Is it Tortolano?
Adam Tortolano for about a 15, 20-yard carry.
Well, that's a good call there by the Raiders, and I was expecting a pass. They getting down close to the end of the third quarter, Mike, and they kept it on the ground.
Well, the ball was hiked just with 1 second left, and Adam Tortolano took it around the right end. He sprints for about 15 yards for a touchdown. Nice carry by Adam. And Rutland goes up 26-0. And right now we're into the fourth quarter. Rutland will. Well, we got to do the extra point, but there's no time left on the clock for the third quarter. So I don't know. Are we in the third or are we in the fourth here?
No, we're still in the third.
We're still in the third.
Ernie again. Nope.
No. Already Coburn there, Mike, trying to get in for the Raiders for that 2-point conversion, and came up a little bit short.
Okay, we're going to take a short timeout.
Okay, back at St. Peter's Field here this afternoon. It's the Rutland High Red Raiders 26 and MSJ nothing. It's junior varsity football here, folks, and the Raiders getting ready. They scored a touchdown there to end the third quarter, and Bill Shortle doing the booting here to start the fourth quarter of action. It's taken by Alberico, and he starts it at his 25, 30. Still on his feet. He's got some room here. 35, treads his way up over the about the 35-yard line, and the Mounties will go to work right there.
Nice run back by Alberico. He was just kind of picking his way. I think he picked that up around the 20-yard line, didn't he?
Yeah, that's a good carry. He had a little trouble with the handle there. It's a tough punt to handle, a tough kickoff, and he did a nice job getting it back, and the Mounties will go to work in a pretty good field position.
Well, he had to knock it down first because it was about to pop over his head, but then he picks it up.
Okay, 1st and 10 for MSJ now. We've got Peter Tomasi, the quarterback, Kevin Hughes, and Alberico in the backfield for MSJ. Get a handoff going to Alberico. He's up over the 40, 45, and Alberico doing a nice job there.
Tackled by Kaludi right there on the 45-yard line. Kaludi coming all the way from this side. They was covering, he and
John Haynes there.
John Haynes both covering one of their wideouts, and moves up on the play.
Yeah, the Mounties looking at a second and short. Second and about 1 here. 11:05 left in the fourth quarter here at St. Peter's Field. The Raiders lead 26-0. Okay, Tomasi with a handoff to Kevin Hughes. He's in the up over the 50 and close to the 45-yard line of Rutland. Looks like Mike Stempek there making the 62.
Number 62. That's Billy Jurgen on the tackle.
Okay, Bill Jurgen.
And Rutland's got a first down, huh? Or not Rutland, I'm sorry, MSJ.
Mounties with a 1st and 10.
MSJ doing well here going into this fourth quarter. They've been able to get 2 first downs right off the bat.
Well, they've got a good drive going here. We've got Oskowski coming out. He's split right. Hey, Tomasi with a deep hand back to Alberico. He's looking to throw, and then now he does, and it's caught by number 44. That's Chad Ryan for MSJ, and they've got looks like another, well, it's close to a first down, Mike.
Yeah, it's, I have a feeling they're probably going to measure on this one, Mark. As they're spotted just short of the, I believe the 35-yard line. As I look down the field,
Steve Alberico there trying to look like he was going to throw, and then kept it down, kept it back, and then
he got the first down anyways.
First and 10 on the Mounties. About the Raider 35-yard, well, call it the 36. So it's a first and 10. Hey, Tomasi now at the quarterback. Hand off to Kevin Hughes. And he's going to be close to the Raider 30-yard line on the carry.
Again, Hughes coming up here and you know, bowling for 3 or 4, 5, 6 yards at a time. Certainly been their workhorse along with Luke Wortman here this afternoon. Both a couple
doing an
of
excellent
fine
job.
running backs here for MSJ.
Okay, so the Mounties with a second and about 5 here. Okay, we've got Oskowski and Ryan split left. Tomasi rolls right, and he keeps it. Gets past one. He's finally taken out of bounds there by Darren Kaludi for the Raiders.
And looks like, yeah, he gets a first down, Mark. So again, MSJ moving down the field here.
Putting together a nice drive here on the
Yes,
ground,
they are.
Mike, and just mixing it up a little bit here, going with some option plays, and another first down for MSJ.
Gotta turn the lights on pretty soon.
Well, I'll have to play by the street lights because unfortunately MSJ doesn't have lights.
Got
But
plenty of cars along the
yeah, we could
along the
always
field
turn the lights on in the cars.
Okay, Tomasi, and oh, he's going to keep it again here, and he rolls right, and he picks up maybe a couple on the play.
Tackle by Clutie, takes him down low by the ankles, and he falls forward there for about a yard after the initial contact.
Okay, so it's a gain of 5. It's a second down and 5 for MSJ. 9:04 left in the fourth quarter here. The Mounties trail the Raiders. Raiders on top, 26-0 here at this point. Okay, Tomasi with a handoff to Hughes, and he's going to do just about all he can to get back to the line of scrimmage there. Meant by
Posted by a host of Raiders there. I couldn't see, but there are a couple big boys. Number 72, I believe that's Paul Cahill. I believe Paul may have been on the tackle on that one. I know Ricky Snow has been
Rick Snow was there.
Rick Snow's been in at middle nose guard through the afternoon.
Okay, so it's a third down and 5 now for MSJ, and we're going to have Oskowski split right.
Pat Genovese also on that left tackle position.
Okay, handoff to Steve Alberico.
He's pulled down from behind by number 40. No, yes. 32? No, 22. I think that was Artie Coburn.
Like Artie and Dave Paller doing the work there for the Raiders defensively. Into the game for the Mounties comes Luke Wortman. Number 85 coming out, Brendan Chamberlain. This will be a fourth down and 5 now for the Mounties. 7:44 left in the fourth quarter here at St. Peter's Field. The Raiders lead 26-0.
Big fourth down here for MSJ. They need to keep this this thing going, and they need to convert on this fourth down if they're going to score here.
Oskowski split right. Okay, Tomasi back to pass. He's got 24. That's Alberico over the middle, making a nice reception there. I'll tell you, Steve Alberico did a nice job pulling that in, Mike.
Yes, he did.
Three Raiders around him.
He just yanked it right in there. Nice play by Tomasi. I mean, he just backed up and he just laid it right in there, nice for him.
Stayed in the pocket and fired a bullet to Alberico, and the Mounties are in good shape here. They've got a first and well, let's see.
That's first and goal there.
First and goal.
3 yards here to pay dirt for MSJ.
Yeah, the Mounties knocking on the door here. Tomasi, the quarterback.
Look at the handoff to Hughes.
Handoff is to Kevin Hughes, and he's going to be close to that goal line.
Yeah.
72 there for the Raiders on the bottom of the pile. Let's see some of the other fellas coming up there. Looks like 32 Stempak.
66 there, Pat Genovese. He's gonna have about As you look across the field, Mark, looks like there's about a foot or so, if a foot, to pay dirt for MSJ.
Hey, he's got Oskoski and Ryan here, split right. Tomasi takes and he takes it in, and a touchdown, MSJ. So the Mounties are on the board. Pete Tomasi on the quarterback keep, and it's 26-6 now. The Mounties putting together a nice drive there, Mike, and mixing it up real well. Finally getting on the board here this afternoon with 6:19 left, fourth quarter.
Well, that pass play, the first in the afternoon between Tomasi and who had the reception on that, Mark?
Steve Alberico.
Steve Alberico. Nice reception. That kind of set that touchdown up. I mean, that was the big play, I think. They had to convert on that fourth down. And MSJ put together a nice drive, a real nice drive on that series. So
the Mounties are on the board, and they're going for the 2-point conversion here. Oskoski and Alberico are split right. Okay, Tomasi rolling, and he's got Luke Wortman, and Wortman's going to take it in for the 2 points. So as they come up the field, it's Rutland 26 and MSJ 8. Okay, back at St. Peter's Field here this afternoon, we've got junior varsity football. It's the Red Raiders 26 and the Mounties from MSJ 8. 6:19 left in the fourth quarter. Mike, Mounties doing a nice job putting together a nice drive there to get on the board.
Things just kind of fallen in place for him there on that drive, and did a nice job of bringing it down the field. Jason Smith, I believe, with the ball this time.
Justin Eddy doing the kicking for MSJ, and Jason Smith with the return for the Raiders, and he gets up to, well, we'll call it about the 35-yard line there of Rutland. So they'll go to work there. Dwyer will be the quarterback for the Raiders. Looks like it's going to be Stempek and Kaludi in the backfield.
On defense here for MSJ, we have number 67, Jamie Wright at left tackle. I believe is that right tackle? That nose guard. And left tackle number 77, Mark Coley.
Hey, Dwyer hands it off to, there's a fumble. It looks like MSJ recovered. Yeah, the Mounties come up with it. Like
number 77, I was just saying, Mark Coley on the recovery.
Well, that's a big play for the Mounties here. Of course, it's 5:46 left in the fourth quarter, and the Mounties down 26-8. Well, let's see if they can put together another drive here, Mike.
Well, certainly the break that MSJ needed here to to put them up there on the board again before the end of this game.
So the Mounties go to work, being a 1st and 10, just short of the Raider 30-yard line. Pete Tomasi, the quarterback, he's got Oskoski and Ryan split right. Deep pitch back to Alberico. He wants to throw, and he's got a man open. Nope. Oskoski was deep. He came back up and made a play for the catch, and he was covered by a couple of Raiders down there.
Well, a lot of pressure on him by a number of Raiders. Number 45, Dave Paller. 22, number Artie Coburn, putting an awful lot of pressure on Tomasi, but he was able to get it away, and just over the top of Brennan's head.
Okay, I'll bring up a second down here for MSJ, Pete Tomasi. There's a deep pitch back and a fake, and it's Alberico with the carry. I'll tell you, Luke Wortman had me faked out. He did a heck of a job there, Mike.
I had it.
Okay.
But our cameraman had him now. I was watching this right corner.
Well, he had a deep pitch back to Luke Wortman, and he handed off to Steve Alberico, and Alberico took the ball and picked up a first down for the Mounties. So the MSJ driving here late in the game. They're trailing 26-8 to the Rutland High Red Raiders. And the Mounties will have the ball just about the Raider 20-yard line. Tomasi, the quarterback, he's got Oskoski and Ryan split right. Hand off to Kevin Hughes. He goes into the middle, and he picks up about 5 on the carry.
Going to their power runner again here late in the fourth quarter. Kevin Hughes. Kevin being the workhorse here for MSJ this afternoon, along with Luke Wortman.
Well, they've done a good job for the Mounties, and so far it's paid off here on the ground game for MSJ this afternoon. Mounties now looking at a 2nd and about 4. Tomasi, the quarterback, handoff again to Hughes. He tries that left side of the Raider line, and he picks up.
I believe he gets the first down, Mark.
Another first down.
I believe this is Greg Beer-Jicklian coming in here for the first time on defense this afternoon. Greg was injured in that Middlebury game. I say the first time. I think that's the first time I've seen him in here in the game this afternoon.
Well, the Raiders want to get a little bit more beef along that line there, and the Mounties here knocking on the door. They 3:47 left in the 4th quarter of the game. 26-8. The Mounties trail the Raiders. Okay, Tomasi drops back. He looks right, and he had a man down there. I think he was going to go to Alberico there, number 24.
Yeah, it was over the top of his head. Alberico well covered. And
we had Clutie for the Raiders, and John Haynes along that side also for Rutland.
It's got to be tough here. This, it certainly is getting dark. It's going to be hard even seeing that ball at this point, I would say. When it's up in the air.
We've got some light coming from the scoreboard, but that's about
it. There's a little bit of light coming from Rutland's helmets. They're white, and the pants, some of them.
Raiders Mounties with a 2nd down and goal here now. Okay, Tomasi with the handoff to Wortman. He's going to try that left side of the Raiders, and I'm not sure if he worked his way out of bounds down here. Finally pushed out of bounds by the Raiders. I'm not sure where the ball is exactly on that far side, Mike.
Not sure if he got the.
I don't think he got the first down, but let's see where they're going to spot it here. Looks like
the clock did stop. So.
Well, they gave him 5. It was a gain of 5.
Well, it's 3rd and goal anyway.
3rd and goal here for MSJ. He's got Ryan and Oskowski split right, and he's rolling right. Tomasi going to keep it this time, and boy, he's awful close to that goal line. John Haynes came up for the Raiders, and Pat Dwyer also helping out there. I'm not sure. Looked like Pete's kind of shaking up there on the play. Pete Tomasi keeping it that time around and trying to get in for that score for MSJ.
Well, our cameraman, we're in a funny situation here up in the booth, and our cameraman has a tough time getting the end zones here, folks. So hopefully our man on the field here can get these end zone shots, because we're having a tough time getting around the corners with our camera. It looks like it's 4th and about a yard, huh, Mark, to pay dirt for MSJ.
Well, it's going to be awful close. It's, I don't know, 4th and maybe a couple of feet. Pete Tomasi down on the field there. He took a shot trying to punch that ball in for MSJ, and
looks like he's up, though. He's going to be okay.
Well, that's a good sign.
He's up walking on his own. He's shooken up a little bit, but I'm sure he'll be back in here shortly.
And it's getting colder and darker here at St. Peter's Field on the Monday afternoon. We've got junior varsity football. The Raiders with the lead, 26-8, 3:14 left in the game, and the Mounties have just called the timeout. Okay, back here at St. Peter's Field, the Mounties here with a drive. They're on the Raider goal line, knocking on the door. The Raiders lead in the game, 26-8. We've got 3:14 left in the 4th quarter. Pete Tomasi coming up now for the Mounties. He's the no, actually it's Steve Alberico now.
Alberico.
And he's in.
Touchdown.
Touchdown MSJ. So the Mounties with a nice drive there to cap off the scoring, and it's a 25-14 score now. 3:11 left in the 4th quarter. And Mike, MSJ doing a nice job mixing it up there on against the Raiders on that drive.
But they're really putting the pressure on Rutland here late in the 4th quarter. They scored 2 touchdowns within, I would say, a 5-minute time span, and nice work by MSJ.
Okay, the Mounties will go for 2 here, going over that dry side of the field there. Okay, this time it's Tomasi now, the quarterback. He's got Ryan split left. He's rolling left, and he looks. And I believe the pass was broken up.
Well, that was
for Alberico.
That was knocked down. I can't see the numbers from across the field. I believe that's 86 or. If he's turned his head, I can't see, but it would.
So at any rate, it's the
possibly 62, Billy Jurgen. I couldn't tell.
Okay, the Mountaineers getting ready to kick off after scoring that touchdown. It's an onside kick, and it's covered there by Rutland.
I was just saying, Mark, this game is not out of reach for MSJ. You know, like you said, onside kick, they get the ball, they go down the score, and this could be a different ball game. Now, what Rutland's got to do is continue to move the ball here, run out the clock to guarantee themselves a win. But
well, the Raiders coming up with the ball look like Rick Snow there for the Raiders, and to cover that, and now that'll give the Rudmen a 1st and 10 here, just over their own 40-yard line. You're right about that, Mike. Though
a turnover, a turnover right here, and a quick touchdown by MSJ, and they're back in this ball game.
Okay, Dwyer, the quarterback here, he's got a handoff. Looks like Artie Coburn gets a call for the Raiders. Artie picking up about 4 yards on the carry to bring up a 2nd down and about 6 now for Rutland.
Number 77, Mark Coley, on the tackle. Not sure who else there from MSJ. As I started to call off some of these defensive players for MSJ, and then they got the ball back, so I wasn't able to continue. I started on number 77, Mark Coley was the last one that I noticed. Number 85 I believe on the right end here. That's Brendan Chamberlain.
Okay, Dwyer, the quarterback. Okay, nothing doing that side. Like Artie Coburn again there getting the call for Rutland, and he was meant by
I believe that's number 67, Jamie Wright. Initial contact again along with 77, Mark Coley on the tackle for MSJ.
Okay, we've got Bill Shortle and we've got Aaron Carbino into the game for the Raiders. It brings up a 3rd down and about 5 with 1 minute and 30 seconds left in the 4th quarter.
Keith Hannigan playing in looks like inside linebacker for MSJ.
Okay, Dwyer with the handoff to Mike Stempek, and he's going to be cut down. Mike's going to lose some yardage on that play.
This tackle by number 61, Mike Alberico. Could have been someone else there on the tackle, but that was Mike playing, I think, that left outside linebacker position.
So with 1:03 left in the game, it's Rutland High 26 and MSJ 14.
Looks like Rutland's going to have to punt here. 53 seconds left in the game.
Well, the Mounties dropping back deep, and no, they're not going to. Looks like they're going to go for it. Okay, Dwyer, the quarterback. He's got Kaludi and Stempek and
Jason Smith, I believe, on the
carry. Got the carry for Rutland, number 47. Not enough for the first.
No.
So the Mounties will take over, and with about 35 seconds left in the game, they trail the Raiders 26-14 here at St. Peter's Field. It's junior varsity football this afternoon, and the Mounties come out over the ball, and Tomasi, the quarterback. Okay, he drops back, and he's being pressured here by the Raiders. He's going to take the ball himself. He gets up to just about the 40-yard line. It's going to be inside the Raider 40.
A smart play, taking it out of bounds to stop the clock, Mark. Give them a chance for another play here. Possibly get on the board late here in the 4th quarter.
Well, actually, they could get 2 plays off here with 18 seconds left if they're lucky enough to get out of bounds to stop the clock here. Some of the fans heading for the exits, and I don't blame them because
it is bitter down here tonight.
Okay, Tomasi, the quarterback. Barks him out, drops back to pass. He looks downfield and almost picked off there by number 62. That's Bill Jurgen.
Getting plenty of pressure up the middle there from Rutland, but was able to get the pass off. Incomplete pass again will stop the clock, Mark, and he'll again have another, like you said, they'll have another chance here with only 3rd down and about 4 or 5. Quick play calling coming up though.
Okay, Tomasi now. Backs him out. He's got Alberico in motion. Dropping back to pass. He's going to go to the left here. He's off the fingertips of Steve Alberico, number 24 for MSJ. Clock is down to 10 seconds now. 26-14, Rutland High over MSJ here this afternoon with 10 seconds left in the game.
Well, it's been a fine afternoon here, Mark, of football. Certainly football weather. Another fine job here by Rutland, but also a fine job here by MSJ here late in the fourth quarter.
Been an entertaining game this afternoon.
Certainly has. MSJ doing a real good job.
Little mix-up in the backfield, and Kevin Hughes is going to carry. Well, I'll tell you.
He wasn't going to give up.
He had Steve Alberico, and he had some Raiders attached to him also, and he
preserved 2 seconds on the clock by getting that first down. So the down markers move, and again, MSJ is going to have I believe they just called a timeout, but they're going to have a chance for at least one more play here. Well, we said one more play about 4 plays ago. they've been doing a good job of using that clock.
Well, the Mounties stringing it out here right to the end, and that never say die attitude against the Raiders. It's become a great rivalry over the years, whether it's freshman, JV, or varsity. There's none like it.
And I guess we should mention here we'll be back Wednesday night, Wednesday afternoon, where the freshmen the freshmen will be playing, and I believe we'll be commentating that one too, Mark.
Well, I'm looking forward to do that one also, Mike. I've enjoyed this one, that's for sure.
Well, I hope it's a little warmer, but hey, football weather is football weather. You take what you get, especially up here in Vermont.
That's true. Okay, so the Mounties here with a 1st and 10. 2 seconds left in the game, and Pete Tomasi, the quarterback. Tomasi drops back, looks right, and it's going to be broken up there by number 33 for the Raiders.
That's 33. That's Joe Jurgen.
That's going to do it. Then here from St. Peter's Field, it's Rutland High 26 and MSJ 14.